Donald Trump has been accused of xenophobic scapegoating after he announced he will order a temporary ban on immigration into the U.S. to combat the coronavirus pandemic.
There were no other details on the timing or scope of the president's proposed executive order and no official policy statement from the White House.
Instead, there was a lone tweet issued by Trump at 10:06 p.m. on Monday. Without warning, he wrote, "In light of the attack from the invisible enemy," a phrase he commonly applies to COVID-19, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, "I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States."
The post generated instant uncertainty. Similar moves by Trump in the past have triggered mayhem at airports in America and beyond, as well as legal challenges. Such an order would be a far-reaching use of executive power from a president who last week claimed he had total authority over states' efforts to reopen their economies.
It came as U.S. oil prices started to recover after turning negative for the first time on record when oil producers ran out of space to store the oversupply of crude, sparked by the virus crisis. On Tuesday, the U.S. benchmark, West Texas Intermediate, for May sat at $1.10 a barrel after closing at $37.63 in New York on Monday. Trump said in his White House briefing on Monday night the oil price crash was only short-term.
Trump's tweet about suspending immigration provoked fierce criticism from Democrats, who suggested he was seeking to distract from his own mishandling of the pandemic.
Congressman Don Beyer of Virginia tweeted, "From the beginning Trump has flailed about seeking someone to blame for his own failure. Obama, governors, China, Speaker Pelosi, people of Asian descent.
Immigration has nearly stopped and the U.S. has far more cases than any other country. This is just xenophobic scapegoating."
Congressman Jerry Nadler of New York added, "President Trump now seeks to distract us from his fumbled COVID-19 response by trying to put the blame on immigrants. The truth is many immigrants are on our front lines, protecting us as doctors, nurses, health aides, farm workers, and restaurant workers."
Mo Vila, a former senior advisor on Latino affairs to then Vice President Joe Biden, said, "You don't have to ban all immigration into the country right now. Instead of using a legitimate mitigation solution, like testing or contact tracing people when they come in, he resorted to his go-to strategy, which is anti-immigration and racism. This is no more than a total farce, just another excuse for him play to his base."
Vila, a board director at Transparent Business, added, "He wants to distract again. He castigates and casts blame as he tries to take it away from himself. He shirked his most fundamental responsibility as the president of this nation, and that's to keep us safe. He doesn't know how to cover up for the fact he was playing golf and holding rallies in February when people were getting sick and dying."
Trump's tweet did not make clear which immigration programs might be affected. Nearly all visa processing by the State Department, including immigrant visas, has been on hold during the pandemic. Asylum claims have also been suspended in effect, with thousands of people being swiftly returned to Mexico without due process, drawing a rebuke from Human Rights Watch.
With opinion polls showing declining faith in his response to the crisis, Trump has repeatedly pointed to travel restrictions he imposed on China and Europe as evidence he took preemptive action. He is yet to extend those restrictions to other countries now experiencing outbreaks.
The president has also been condemned for using the coronavirus pandemic to push his political agenda, assailing voting rights, undermining federal watchdogs, shredding regulations, and signing a bill that handed billions of dollars to corporations while resisting congressional oversight.
The threatened executive order is consistent with his anti-immigrant rhetoric. During the 2016 presidential election, he even floated a Muslim ban, an aggressive policy enforcement that saw parents separated from children when they entered the country illegally.
At Monday's White House Coronavirus Task Force briefing, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers gave a progress report on construction of the U.S.-Mexico border wall. A gratified Trump said, 164 miles and we'll have it done sometime pretty early next year. Very exciting. And you might just say one thing, the quality of that wall, in terms of its power for stopping people that shouldn't be coming into our country.
Trump's late-night tweet also referenced a need to keep jobs for American citizens, another longtime campaign pledge. More than 22 million people have filed for unemployment aid since he declared a national emergency on 13 March.
In other global developments,